What's going on, guys? Nick here, back at the Backyard Bars, and today I'm going to be showing you the very beginner steps on how to learn how to handstand. I get a lot of requests for this video. A lot of people want to learn how to handstand but have no idea where to start. So today I'm going to be taking you through 3 beginner workouts on how to get started with a handstand. Now, handstands are one of the most beneficial workouts because it involves multiple muscles at one time. If you're someone who wants to get into calisthenics, I highly recommend prioritizing learning the handstand first, as it engages multiple muscles at once and gives you that body awareness. We need to make sure that we're one complete unit and we're activating our entire body at one time. That's why handstands are very difficult, but with a lot of practice, you will pick it up and learn quickly. It's also great because it doesn't take a lot of strength unless we get into the handstand push-ups. It's more so balanced, so you can practice this pretty often. Your wrist might get a little bit tired, but you could always hop on parallettes and do it on there as well. So wasting no more time, I want to show you the top 3 workouts I did when I was learning how to handstand. Those workouts are going to consist of 1, the kick up. You want to make sure we're kicking up properly, and yes, there is a right way to kick up. 2 is going to be wall walks. We're going to get as close to the wall as possible and try to get in a perfectly straight line. The wall is going to force us to do so. And 3, my personal favorite, is going to be kick up plus the negative. All right, so the negative, we kind of tuck down our knees and go all the way down to the ground. I'll show you and explain more when we get to that part of the video. So without further ado, let me show you step 1. So we're gonna need a wall for every single one of these workouts. The wall is gonna be our best friend for a little bit, especially when you're first starting to learn how to handstand. So like I said, step 1 is going to be kick up. There is a proper way to do this. We wanna make it as simple and as easy as possible for us to get in that handstand position. So what we're gonna do, opposed to most people who just like throw themselves into a handstand, just throw themselves up, we're gonna try to simplify it and minimize any room for error. So we're gonna put our hands down, we're gonna make sure our hands are nice spread out. We want as much surface area of the ground as possible. And we're gonna start almost in a running position, but the key is have your shoulders already over your hands, right? So we wanna stack our shoulders over our hands, our hips on top of our shoulders, and then our feet on top of our hips, so that we're in a perfect straight line. So if I start with my shoulders already over my hands, that's one less thing I gotta do when going up to the handstand. If I just throw myself over, I gotta perfectly align my shoulders, then my hips, then my feet. Let's subtract 1 step and start with our shoulders already over our hands. Here we go. Shoulders already over hands. We're gonna swing with whatever leg you feel most comfortable with. At first, you might do one of these, where you're scared to go all the way over the top. That's fine. That's why we have the wall here though. Eventually, you will be able to just totally kick right up. Just like that, right? So we kick up, we're gonna hold as much as possible. A few things I want you to think about here. 1, try to really push through your shoulders. All right, there's a difference between this and this, right? Think about you're getting your shoulders as close to your ears as possible. Point your toes and stretch your entire body. Right, we're trying to push through the ground, shoulders to ears, and also point our toes and stretch to the sky. Right, we want to be stretched as much as possible because that's going to allow us to hold for longer. Right, so make sure you're thinking of those few things when doing the kick up. The kick up is mainly just for you to get used to being upside down. It's actually not the best progression because we're still in a banana handstand where we have a curved back. We want to get nice and straight. However, it is good to getting used to upside down and the safest way to do so. When you feel comfortable with that, let's move on to step 2. All right, so step number 2 is gonna be wall walks. Wall walks are amazing because they not only strengthen our shoulders, but it's gonna have us get used to getting our face towards the wall and getting as close to the wall as possible. At first, you might not get that close to the wall, but over time, you'll get stronger, build more confidence, and you'll be able to touch your nose to the wall. We wanna get as close to the wall as possible to get a perfectly straight line. When we get to that wall, I'm gonna show you we only want our nose and our toes to touch the wall because that will allow us to be in a straight line. You don't want your stomach to touch because that leads to more of a banana handstand. So only nose and toes when we're doing this. Let me show you what it looks like. So we're gonna start almost like a push-up position, but with our feet on the wall. All right, then we're gonna slowly walk all the way up the wall. Like I said, at first you might only get to here, that's fine. As you get confident and get stronger, you'll be able to go all the way. We're gonna touch our nose and toes, point our toes, stretch everything just like we did before with the kick up, and then we're gonna walk all the way out. And same thing back up. Point everything, stretch, same thing all the way back down. You're gonna wanna do 2 to 3 of these at least. If you could do more, do more. That strengthens our shoulders, gets us used to having our stomach towards the wall, gets us in that straight line. Then you can move on to step number 3. All right, so for the last and final step, we're gonna do our kick up plus the negative. This is definitely my favorite progression for the beginners because it really teaches you how to engage your core and feel that core engagement. This will avoid you from ever being in a banana handstand because we want to be as straight as possible to make it as easy as possible to hold. Think about it logically. If I stand up and I'm leaned over all the time, it's gonna be really hard to stand up and stay balanced. If we're nice and straight, super easy. So we have to make sure we're engaging our core to get in that straight line, and this drill will show you how to do it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna kick up. So we have to get very good at the kick up, so make sure we master step 1 before moving on. We're gonna kick up, and we're gonna do our negative. Let me show you what that looks like. So same thing as our kick up, spread our hands nice and wide, shoulders over our hands, use whatever leg you feel comfortable with. We're gonna kick up. We're gonna tuck in our feet towards our butt. I'm gonna slowly go down. So let's try this again. The idea is as our knees come down, your butt has to go back in order to balance, right? So knees come down, butt goes back. That's really what you wanna think about. So here we go again. Kick up, tuck in, heels to butt. As our knees come down, our butt has to go back, right? So we will show you again. Tuck in, as our knees come down, butt goes back. At first, you might not be able to hold this. You might just fall all the way down. That's fine, but go as slow and controlled as possible. Eventually, you'll be able to stop at that one point and you'll be able to hold that tucked handstand. If you can hold the tucked handstand, you understand how to engage your core, you feel it in your lower back, then you can definitely do a regular handstand. And I'll show you guys more progressions in another video, but for now, that is a perfect workout for you beginners out there. So for those of you that are trying to learn how to handstand, if you do this workout every single day, do it for 2 to 3 rounds, it'll take you 15 to 20 minutes max. It is super, super efficient. I promise you're gonna learn to handstand as soon as possible. As you can see, the key is getting used to being upside down and also trying to get in that straight line. The straighter we are, the easier it is to hold. It's all about that core engagement and being strong enough to hold our body up. If you do practice this, you can learn it within 1 to 2 months. I've seen it done before, and I've even taught people to do it within a month or 2. So as long as you're consistent with these workouts and your body gets used to being upside down and you understand how to engage your core, you will learn it very quickly. So I hope you guys liked this video and got something out of it. If you did, please like and subscribe. It means a lot. Also, please follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at core_calisthenics. Also, check out my website, corecalisthenics.com. I have every single workout I know on there and me explain the correct way to do it in under 1 to 2 minutes. I also have a handstand program on there, so check that out as well if you want to continue to learn how to handstand. Also, check out our shop if you're looking for calisthenics gear. I'm running a promo right now. It's $100 for the calisthenics starter pack. You get parallettes, chalk, wrist wraps, ab wheels, Core Calisthenics t-shirts, you name it, we got it for the cheapest prices possible. And also stay tuned for my videos every single Saturday at 12 p.m. noon Eastern time. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.